When someone you love says, I'll come back when I feel like it, you realize love stopped being about timing a long time ago. It's about control. My name's Daniel, and I never imagined I'd be the kind of man sitting by the phone, waiting for a message that might never arrive. Ava and I had been together 5 years. We met back in college. She was a bold, magnetic girl who filled every room with laughter, and I was a quiet one who believed love meant consistency, effort, and showing up. For a long time, we balanced each other perfectly. She brought chaos, I brought calm, but I learned too late that stability only feels romantic until someone starts craving the storm again. It began subtly. Canceled dinner plans. Late-night texts that simply said, working late, without details. A new perfume. Makeup for errands. Deep down, I already knew what it meant. Love blinds you, but denial makes you foolish. Then one Friday evening, she came home with a suitcase. Her lips were already forming the words that would change everything. I need space, she said. Are you leaving me? I asked. She rolled her eyes. God, Daniel, not everything's about you. I just need to clear my head. I'll come back when I feel like it. No timeline, no explanation. Just that. She packed her life into a weekend bag and walked out, leaving me in the doorway holding her favorite mug, like it was some kind of promise she'd return. The first week, I didn't call. I told myself it was temporary. I watered her plants, folded her clothes, left her toothbrush by the sink. But with every passing day, it felt like watching a chalk drawing fade in the rain. The outline was still there, but the color was gone. Then one night, I opened her social media. There she was, laughing at a rooftop bar, a man's arm wrapped casually around her waist. The caption read, "Freedom looks good on me." My hand trembled as I stared at that photo. Something inside me cracked, not loudly, but quietly, like glass under pressure. I didn't rage. I didn't text. I didn't even unfollow her. Instead, I began planning the only response that mattered. Not revenge, not begging. Clarity. If she wanted to feel free, I'd show her what real freedom looked like, the kind that doesn't wait by the door. 2 weeks passed. The house was still almost too still. No faint hum of her playlist. No scent of her perfume lingering down the hall. But silence, I realized, isn't always loneliness. Sometimes it's space to breathe. I started running again, cooking my own meals, fixing the garage. Each small act stitched me back together, thread by thread. Then one Thursday night, her message appeared. Hey, just checking in. Hope you're okay. It wasn't concern, it was curiosity. The kind that comes from expecting someone to still be waiting. I typed back, doing fine. Hours passed before she replied. Then came the words that twisted the knife a little deeper. I'll come back when I feel like it. I stared at my screen, then laughed, not out of amusement, but from finally understanding the joke. I wasn't the one waiting anymore. She just didn't know it yet. That weekend, a friend invited me to an engagement party. I almost said no. Pretending to smile in a crowd felt exhausting. But something inside me said, go. That night changed everything. The party was at a vineyard outside the city. Warm lights, music, laughter echoing through open fields. I was pouring a drink when I heard a familiar voice behind me. You still make whiskey look classy. I turned, and there she was, Elena, an old college friend I hadn't seen in years. Radiant, sharp, funny, the kind of person who spoke with her whole face. We talked for hours, laughing like no time had passed. And for the first time since Ava left, I didn't feel like a man waiting for someone's permission to live again. When the night ended, Elena asked if I wanted to grab coffee sometime. I said yes, without hesitation. The next morning, Ava's name appeared on my phone. Are you home this weekend? I might stop by. I didn't reply. Instead, I opened my gallery and looked at a photo from the night before, me and Elena under string lights, smiling, relaxed, alive. I looked free, not broken, not bitter, just done waiting. I sent her that photo. No caption, just the image. 3 minutes later, Ava replied, "Who's that?" For the first time in months, I smiled. She finally cared enough to ask. Her typing bubbles appeared, disappeared, reappeared. She didn't know what to say, and that silence told me everything. For years, she'd held the power, deciding when to love, when to talk, when to leave. But that single photo changed the balance. For once, she was the one wondering, what if he doesn't wait this time? After a long pause, her next message came. You moved on already? I replied, you said you'd come back when you felt like it. I decided not to wait until then. No anger, no drama, just truth. She didn't answer for an hour. Then my phone rang. I let it ring out. She called again and again. Finally, a text came through. Can we talk, please? When she showed up the next evening, she looked different, not polished and proud like before, but small, uncertain. Her eyes scanned the room, searching for pieces of herself still left behind. Who is she? She asked quietly. I looked at her. She's the woman I used to build my life around, someone who doesn't treat love like a waiting room. Her lips trembled. So that's it? After everything? I almost laughed. After everything, yes, because everything was me giving, and you disappearing every time you got bored. She sank onto the couch, tears welling. I didn't think you'd ever stop trying. I know, I said softly. That was the problem. Silence filled the room, heavy but freeing. That's when I realized closure doesn't always come with an apology. Sometimes it comes when you finally recognize your own worth. She stood up, wiped her eyes, and whispered, I miss you. I nodded. You'll get me only when I feel like it now. For a moment, she just stared, stunned, maybe even proud that I finally learned her game. But this wasn't revenge. This was release. That night, I met Elena for coffee. She asked what the photo was about. I told her the truth, not the dramatic version, just the honest one. I sent it to remind someone that life doesn't wait for absence. She smiled. Good. Don't ever let it. Ava never came back after that. She texted a few times, each message shorter, colder, more uncertain, until they finally stopped. And me, I learned that sometimes the most powerful message you can send is a picture of peace.